Good afternoon. It's noon, so that means it's my time for my designer tips and techniques. I'm Bunny Cleland, Triangle Frenzy Quilt Patterns. Welcome to day 3. This will be about cutting pieces larger than your ruler, but first I'm going to make sure that I'm on. It has a little bit of a delay here. Doesn't take long. There we go. And then I'm going to put that up there so I can see comments. So please make comments and let me know you're watching. Anyway, like I said, Bunny Cleland, Triangle Frenzy Quilts. Day 3 of designer tips and techniques. There's going to be 7 more designers on the hour every hour for 15 minutes till 8 p.m. If you missed any, you can still go see their videos on Facebook. So let's see, right here I've got, if you look behind me here, you'll see one of my Triangle Frenzy quilts. You can only see a portion of it. It's kind of big, but you can see that there's an equilateral triangle right here. This is one piece of fabric. This is a border print. There's another equilateral triangle right here. One piece of fabric is a border print. So my 12.5-inch ruler is not really big enough to cut this. So I had to figure out how to, not only how to do it, but how to explain how to do it so that I could write it down in a pattern. So here is my 12.5-inch triangle ruler, and that's about a 20-inch triangle. So let's go down here and hang on. We're gonna go for a ride here, and you should be able to see my cutting mat right there with my piece of fabric. This is a strip. This is a scaled down version because you can't see my whole cutting mat, although I will show you the large size after we're done here, but I want you to be able to see this. So I have a border print strip of fabric. I've cut the strips, and here's a scaled down version of my ruler that is not wide enough, not long enough to cut the whole strip. So what I'm going to do is we will start out, after we've cut our strips, start cutting triangles. We're cutting equilateral triangles, so it takes a 60-degree or equilateral triangle ruler. And I'm going to take an equilateral triangle ruler and a long ruler. That's what I'm going to call this, is a long ruler and a triangle ruler. I'm going to line this up. I'm going to line up this long ruler so that a line on the ruler is parallel to the edge of the fabric. Because if I want to cut it this way, that's not going to be 60 degrees. It's crooked. So I'm going to line up my line on the ruler with the edge of the fabric. So now my triangle ruler is positioned properly. I'm going to hold it down and take my long ruler and put it against the side. Now see, I bumped it. Now I got to straighten it out again. My tip of my ruler is against the edge of the fabric. And see, now I was a little crooked. Don't be so energetic. Hold the triangle ruler, move the long ruler to the edge of the fabric, to the edge of the ruler, snug up against the ruler. I see that my long ruler will cut down and make a point down here, so I'm not cutting it off the point of my triangle. So I'm going to take this, move my long ruler, move my triangle ruler, cut along the long ruler. Now you may notice you're upside down and backwards, which actually adds up to you seeing me doing this properly for you. So upside down and backwards equals right side up, believe it or not. So you'll be able to see that you as a right-hander can cut right along this line and cut at a 60-degree angle. So now after that, you're going to switch your fabric around and start cutting from the other side so that most of your fabric is on the left side. And I say that right in my directions. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to put my triangle ruler on my fabric, put my long ruler parallel to a line on the ruler parallel to the edge of the fabric, hold my long ruler, hold my triangle ruler, I'll get these straight, hold my triangle ruler, move the long ruler, now hold the long ruler, move the triangle ruler. And now this is where I can go ahead and cut an equilateral triangle right like this. So that's what we've got there, is an equilateral triangle. And then next, I will do the same thing bringing my point of my ruler to the edge of the fabric. The edge of this ruler is along the cut line of the fabric. And here I made sure that I'm pretty well even along there. I will hold the triangle ruler, pick up the long ruler, place it on the edge of the triangle ruler, hold the long ruler, move the triangle ruler, and cut another equilateral triangle. So see how we're doing that? We're getting the top and bottom, or A's and B's, of equilateral triangles. Just in case you're wondering, for you, right side up, this is an A because it looks like an A. This is a B because it doesn't look like an A. So that is how I cut strips that are larger than my triangle ruler. I'm going to show you on the big one, just so that you can get an idea. This is my 12-inch equilateral triangle ruler. This is my 22-inch strip of fabric, which, as you can see, you can't see the top or the bottom. You may see the top because it's longer, it's wider than my camera lens. I promise that if you guys comment, oh, look at that, I have Heather and Patty. Thank you very much. I actually have somebody watching me, and there's April too. So thank you. Now I lost where I was. Oh, I'm cutting with my big ruler here. I'm going to make sure that I am straight along the edge of the fabric here. Hold my triangle ruler, move my long ruler. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was going to say I might even, excuse me, I might even get a drink. Thank you very much. I might even get a webcam. If you guys like seeing this so much, I might even get a webcam so you can see my whole cutting mat next time. So hold the triangle ruler. I move the long ruler alongside the triangle ruler. Move the triangle ruler and cut. Although you're right-handed, so you'd cut like this. Does that look like how you'd cut along the that side of the ruler? So now those are 22-inch big, and that's what this is behind me. This is 22 inches big. These are big pieces of fabric. This big borders. I'm coming out with that pattern soon, but this will show you how to do that. And in fact, here's the next pattern. You can't see it right side up. It's Triangle Frenzy Treble. Treble because I cut a strip of fabric. I cut the width of fabric into 3 sections, and that is how I get 6 different sections for my hexagon. It looks just like my hexagon. But you'll see in here that I have step-by-step instructions that with the pictures for all these. I have the triangle ruler, the long ruler, then I move the long ruler to the left side of the triangle ruler, remove the triangle ruler, cut. So these are all illustrated instructions and tells you step by step how to do this. So you don't have to remember, or you don't have to come back to see this. So the other thing that is on my Triangle Frenzy quilts is this setting triangle. This is not as easy as a 45-degree angle. This is a 60-degree angle, and this is really big. We're talking 30 inches wide. But what I've done also is scaled this down so that you can see this looks a lot like half of this. If I go half of this, this hexagon is half of this. So these same triangles, they're just a little bit smaller. So this is something else that we're going to be cutting larger than the triangle ruler. And just to show you how I do this, this is something that again is described well in the pattern, where you measure from this bottom triangle here, which would be my rulers right here. For this one is about 5 3/4 inches. I'm going to add a little bit and make that 6 1/2. The directions are in the pattern. And then I'm going to measure from that same point to the edge, including your seam allowances. This one happens to be finished, but it's a nice sample. So this is about 9 1/2 inches. I rounded that up to 10 1/2. So look at here. I made this one 6 3/4 by, it's even longer, 12. But that's okay. This is a rectangle that will then be used to finish the side of this hexagon. That's what this is for. And I see Shirley, hi from Indiana. Hey, I'm going to be in Indiana next weekend. This weekend. Maybe I'll see you. So what we do is follow the instructions. I've got pictures. I love pictures. I love pictures. So we will take this rectangle that we've measured for and cut. And I actually would have 2 pieces face to face or back to back so that I get 4 pieces when I'm done. But see, this triangle ruler is not tall enough either. So I'm going to take, and as the diagram shows, put the triangle ruler in the corner. Put my long ruler here. It's not long enough. That's okay. I'm going to draw a line or cut it, but I tell you to draw a line just to make sure. Draw a line. Then put this triangle ruler back up here and extend your long ruler. See, that's going to keep that same line and make it long, longer than your ruler. So now I'm going to hold the long ruler, draw again. And so it's going to look like, oh look, it looks like that. Because I did these equilateral triangles from each end. One from this end, one from this end, extended it long. So that means when I cut it, it's going to fit. I cut it pretty much from corner to corner. It's going to fit right here to straighten out this hexagon into a rectangle. Now I tell you in the instructions to make sure you start this side even, because this is going to go long. Hope you can see that. Move it in here to make sure. This is going to go long here, which is okay, because then you're going to cut that off. But this is how we set, this is our setting triangle for a hexagon to make it go into a rectangle. And that is 12 minutes. We did pretty good on there. I think I got everything in here because I got my pattern that I showed you. And so I have several patterns right now. This is a hexagon right here. It finishes, however, it depends on the size of your strip. All my patterns, it depends on the size of the strip that you have cut. But they're all different scales. The treble has the printed fabric going long ways. The stripes will go long ways. And you'll cut these into 3. That's where treble comes in. And that gives you 6 different petals. For this half width of fabric I have behind me, that is going to be, hang on, we're gonna get back up here like this. There we go. For this half width of fabric behind me, this is going to be an amaryllis pattern, because that's what it looks like, is an amaryllis with 6 petals going all the way around. So that's coming out also. See the treble and the amaryllis. You'll want to see those on my website. I'm going to be in Indiana. Oh, Sherry, yes, I'm going to be in Indiana in Lafayette. Going to visit my mom. I might even stop by the quilt shop there. Keep in touch. Let's see here. Also, all my patterns have step-by-step illustrated instructions. And so check out my website, trianglefrenzy.com. You can sign up for my occasional newsletter. Next up at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Kate Colleran of Seems Like a Dream Quilts. I am Bunny Cleland of Triangle Frenzy, and this was how to cut big pieces of fabric with your little rulers. So I thank you very much, and we'll look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you.